This collage is made from found textures. In the French language, coller means glue. Pieces of paper are cut out and pieced together like a puzzle or a wood inlay. The design of marble mosaics uses similar principles of texture, value, and color. The first and most important material used is recycled security envelopes. Have your friends start collecting them. There is an endless supply, and there's a great variety of interesting patterns and textures, but there are only a few colors. This limitation will give our design a graphic quality. Other materials needed are black and white photos, tracing paper, carbon paper, cardstock, cutting tools, glue, markers, and pencils. Make a Xerox copy of a photograph you have taken. The image should have many separate shapes with different kinds of tactile surfaces. There should be a wide range of gray values from light to dark. Make a stack with the cardstock, the carbon paper, the photocopy, and the tracing paper on top. Stagger the edges and tape all 4 sheets together at the top. Use 2 small pieces of tape. Trace the image using a fine point pen or pencil. Make sure the drawing is transferring by lifting a corner. Draw the large shapes and ignore the tiny detail. Make any changes you want to the original photo composition. You are not just copying, you are reinterpreting. Choose a texture for the trees. Trace the trees using carbon paper to transfer outlines to the envelope. Cut out the tree shapes. Brush paste on the back of the shape, covering all the edges. Glue the shapes down. Make sure to burnish the edges. There is an amazing variety of security envelopes. Match the patterns to specific areas in your design. For the river area, a blue wavy pattern is chosen. Glue on the water shape. There is a range of gray values from light to dark. These textures can be added to match the gray values of the photograph. Lines and small patterns become a gray value when viewed from a distance. Trace the building shapes using the appropriate values and textures. Consider how the directions of the texture and the drawing align. Cut and glue. Trace the red building, cut out the shape, and glue. A large piece of blue texture is traced for the sky. For gluing a large piece, use a card like a squeegee to spread the paste. The sky has another lighter blue layer glued on top of the darker. Use this layering technique to add smaller details. Cut and glue the grass area. For the final touches, outline shapes that need emphasis. Tint some areas like the grass with a colored pencil. In this example, textures enhance the spatial perspective. The figure's features are drawn with a pencil, and the large white wall was left blank. You don't have to cover every surface with a texture. Small bits of magazine photos can be used. Here the hair and shoes add a different type of texture, a representational texture. The hair is a photo of hair. The cool blue background colors suggest the look of water. The small fish are blurry photocopy images that are collaged on. In this example, a seated figure has a fine drawing for the face. It is combined with a frottage technique on the floor. In French, frottage means rubbing. A paper is put on a rough surface and rubbed with a graphite stick. It is cut out and collaged. In this piece, the circle pattern in the background is another example of frottage. The vinyl flooring outside the studio was rubbed with a graphite stick and cut out and collaged on. The figures' faces and bodies are hand-drawn. There's also shading added to the printed texture. Have some fun with your collage. It's a quick way to add texture to your artwork.